always says, don't castrate, but educate. At least to masturbate. Hello, everyone. My name is Jillian Harris, and I believe that sex education should be a required course in all schools as early as the sixth grade. In today's age, people are having sex at a younger age every year and not very educated on it. So, therefore, sex education is important. There are too many dangers associated with sex nowadays for us to just let our young people walk around here clueless. Kids need to know that if a condom is not used during sexual intercourse, there is a huge risk of pregnancy and even getting or passing along STIs and/or STDs. They also need to be informed that all sorts of infections can be passed on even if the penis does not fully enter the vagina. From a young age, children are exposed to sexual imagery and language in their environment, and their bodies are experiencing and developing sexual responsiveness. A teenager's curiosity is inevitable, and the answer that they get should clarify and not confuse any issue for them. Children are aware and recognize these relationships long before they act on their sexuality and therefore need the skills to understand their bodies, relationships, and feelings. In a discussion of teen sex, much is said about the dangers of pregnancy and disease, but far is less said about the emotional hazards. Sexual intimacy has potentially powerful emotional consequences. In the 2004 survey by the National Campaign to Prevent Teenage Pregnancy asked teens, if you had sexual intercourse, do you wish you would have waited? Two-thirds of all teens said yes. Girls are more vulnerable to feeling the regret than boys. Many teens have experienced loss of self-esteem and self-respect as a result of having sex at a young age. Depression is also an emotional consequence that from experiencing sex as a teen you can get. Teens who refrain from risky behaviors such as sex, drugs, and drinking are least likely to get depressed. I have experienced that if teens are in a welcoming environment, such as a school, and are around peers that they are comfortable with, they are less likely to become depressed and more likely to talk about their problems. A child may feel more comfortable talking about sex with a teacher or with peers rather than their parents. Talking about sex may ruin a child's personal relationship with their parent. Most parents say they do not want their teenagers to engage in sexual activity before marriage. And by going against this standard, teens may create a conflict or put a wedge or a distance between the family's relationship. Many teens who are having sex do everything in their power to keep it from their family because they know that if their family members found out, they would be upset with them. Studies show that many parents face challenges in being prepared to have discussions with teenagers about sex. Many parents themselves do not have the information that young people need, or if they do, they find it difficult to discuss this topic with their young people about sex compared to the parents who feel just as normal talking to them about it. All in all, sex education should be taught in schools as early as the sixth grade simply because sex education is important. Sexual intimacy has powerful consequences, and also because teenagers may not feel comfortable with going towards their parents and speaking about it. Remember that it takes a village to raise a child. So, as long as a parent trusts the school to teach their kids math and English, trust them to educate them on sex as well. Thank you for your time.